TJ!
Oh yeah, going behind me. He's after me apple, aren't you?
Oh, I tell you what, you've got to keep him away from that camera. He'll be after that as well. Look at my hat! That had a bubble there.
Shelley, what happened to your hat?
It got attacked.
Did TJ attack your hat?
TJ's modified my hat.
So it's going for mod approval, is it?
Mod approval, yeah.
Right, so welcome to the channel, everyone. Today is a bit of a different flight. It's for two reasons. A, I'm probably going to talk about the modifications I've done to my carburettor, some caveats about how to perfect the mid-range of the Viterazzi Walbro carb setup. And also, it's not widely known, but it will be known now following this video. I've entered myself into the British Open Series, so the Microlight competitions. They don't want to call it comp, it's the British Open Series. And so I'm going to go off, and Owen Johns, thank you Owen, I'm going to go off and see if I can just do the navigational element, so chart, all the other bits and pieces. I'm going to have my UD running, because that's going to give me the restricted file that will actually prove where I've been, the trace and track. So I won't be using that for navigation. It's literally navigation via feature today. So it's going to be a little bit about the nav, and then hopefully if I've got time I'll talk about the carb mods. So other than that, let's get on with the rest of the flight. Hopefully you enjoyed the build, a little bit of a cheeky build. I've never really shown that before, for the Adam wing anyway. Let's get in, let's get started. Clear prop. Oh, this feels cumbersome. All part of a learning journey, I'm gathering. Anyway, so as I alluded to in the intro, I'm going to go off and do a nav. There's 3 points that Owen's given me. Sorry Owen, I haven't got the pictures, but I will do them next time. So it's effectively a triangle. Each leg's about 17 kilometres. I've got the stopwatch as well. I'm going to nav to them, get all the turn points, and then see how long it takes and see if I can actually nav. And then my UDI, which I won't be using for navigation, because again I've got to fly by the chart and actually keep myself on track. There's no waypoints in that, so that's literally telling me where I am, not where I need to be. And then I'm going to try and come back, and I reckon it should take me just under an hour. So I've got 10 litres of fuel on board. I'm already noticing the cumbersome side of it. All my instruments are below my legs, so it's going to be somewhat difficult. And I've flown with this chart before, and it also seems to sort of fly up a bit. But anyway, let's get underway. Above the minimum to take off, so all is good. That's a 2-wave check complete. So let's work out where I need to go. I need to go from Darley to that reference point there. So it's going to be navigation by road, I think, today. Let's see how badly it goes, shall we? Darley traffic, Golf Foxtrot Whiskey Lima Romeo, departing runway 0, correction, departing runway 19 to the south, Darley. Steering straight, temps with limits. Sounds like full power, coming forward, and we're climbing away nicely. Bit of a crosswind today. Temps and RPM is looking good. Now the thing is, I need that road there, I know that for a fact, but I've got to go out of circuit to come back on myself. So, yep. So that road parallels down there. Definitely a hand throttle day today. Right then, so I need to get onto that waypoint there, which is effectively going down there, and finding the next road along. And I'm up from that road there. So that's fine. I see the road ahead, and I'm going to follow that down to the start point. How's my RPM doing? Let's get the RPM set for cruise. Some fleeting bits of rain over there, but it all looks good to the south. And the weather that's going to come in is coming from there, and that all looks good as well, so I'm not going to get locked out. Now I see why everyone has their stopwatches stuck to something. This is definitely a learning curve today. There we go. It's gone again. Come back, you bugger. Good job it's round my neck, isn't it? Right, it's starting to record. So... this is definitely an I follow road task, I think. There's the first crossroads. And I think I can see the second crossroads afterwards. Yep. Definitely a bit more cockpit management is needed. Right. There's the crossroads. Oh, I'm completely off. Way off track. Completely off track. It's a good start, isn't it? The biggest thing I'm finding with being a bit slower is that there's a significant wind drift, so no matter what heading I would try and put on this to know I'm going in the right direction, rain ahead, is that I would then have to just go still fly by feature. Now I thought that racetrack was further over, but it's there, so I've got to have the racetrack on my left and still head towards the right hand side of Abbots Bromley Reservoir. So that's over there. So as long as I keep that track going, but that rain is coming in as well. So hopefully I can fly around it, but it's definitely coming this way. It's way clear over there, it's way clear over there. But I want to be safe, and I might have to come back and do this one again. To start getting rained on, I'm turning back. Sorry Owen if I have to abort because of weather. I'm not flying through rain. It is so nice just being able to leave this engine to just, I mean, what am I doing now? 5,700, give or take 30 RPM. And for me, that's just magical. Set the hand throttle, leave it, it's puttering away. Gets quite busy with this navigational task because you're trying to look at the map, you're trying to do a good lookout, you're also trying to spot for an engine outfield if you need it. It gets quite busy. What I might do is just descend down a bit. Loads of fields to land in if I need to. Right, there's that road there. Feeding into that main road there. So I am just slightly off track. I'm getting blown away. I'm not sure what the cameras are going to show, but it's still, I've got kilometres of his, just a little bit of moisture. So there's that forest area there. Oh, and you didn't tell me I need windscreen wipers for these tasks. So I've got to fly over that bit. I'm still drifting off track. And I haven't spotted any power lines yet. I have just spotted some power lines there. So the power lines intersect with the road. So I should be over there. Because of the westerly wind today, it's blown me a bit more off course than I was expecting. So let's get ourselves back on course. Nice cross reference point there. And then that's the forest, that's the big forest. Yeah, I'm going right over the top of that. And there's Abbots Bromley there. And I think I'm not going to do this justice by carrying on today, so I'm going to get towards the first turn point and then head back. And I'm just going to meander my way back because I want to see what the time was for this first leg. It is quite nice, however, not flying in circles. Someone said to me a long time ago, flying instructors get very good at flying in circles. And I can very much vouch.
Juliet Echo Juliet over overhead, descending 727 left hand.
Cool. Radio works, I'm going to turn that down. This is definitely refining my skill sets of adjusting for this aircraft in these conditions. And then looking for reference points. So coming out of the back end of that forest area is a road. So I need to be on that road to keep to the right of Abbots Bromley. Is that wind turbine on there? There's not a wind turbine on there. But there is. So, yep. This is quite pleasant, really. Appreciate I'm trying to navigate at the moment and not spot pictures. There'll be a church. So the route actually takes me up the west-southwesterly side of that. So there's power lines. There's one. Where's the orientation? I can see one. There's two. There's three. Right, power lines. Power lines are there. Got them. Right, power lines intersect a road with a Y, which is there. And I'm meant to be that side of it. So I was on track. Oh, you silly Billy. There's the Y in the road. Power lines intersect with that road there. So I need to be... It seems to be a lot about spatial understanding of where things are on the chart and where they are actually in relation to you. That was pushing me away because I thought I'm too close to it, but I'm not. So I was actually doing all right, Giles, and you didn't trust yourself. Power lines. There's that. And where's the main road? Can't see the main road. There's a main road. Right, so I've got power lines and a main road. Need to be this side of the main road for the turn point. There's power lines.
Thank
you very much. And I am actually into wind at the moment. In all honesty, that GPS is absolutely no use to me whatsoever at the minute. And there's a road in. I need to be this side of it. It's just before the main road. Oh, Owen, this is really hard.
So let's just pack the aircraft away post-flight and try to put my thoughts together about how that flight went. I think that was going to be a very, very steep learning curve. So I've already messaged Owen and he's asked me, do I want another route? Well, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to fly that route the other way around, so I don't know where those points are. And I'm also going to fly the route and try and spot the points on the ground, the pictures that Owen's given me already. Then that doesn't waste that task then. Today was very much a kind of, I need to get back in the groove of how to fly. There's a difference between navigation, going from A to B, you know, am I where I am meant to be? This is, I need to be there. I need to be exactly there on that track. Where are my reference points? And it very much is focusing my mind of, am I on track? Am I in the right direction? Am I where I need to be? What's my time? While looking out, while doing everything and spotting the pictures on the ground. So I wanted to build this up in stages just to get my confidence up, because I didn't want to go out and go, oh, I can't do this, and then not bother going any further with it. I wanted to build it up in stages. That's how my brain works anyway. So I say we'll go and edit the video. I did mention in the beginning of this video that I was going to talk about carburetors. I think that needs to be a whole video on its own, because I've had some really good results when I checked my spark plug when I came back. The colour's absolutely perfect, and I think I need to share what I've done with everybody so they can have the same joy that I'm having. I set my throttle once I got on my turn point. I never touched it for an hour, pretty much 45 minutes until I came back into the circuit. It stayed where exactly I wanted it to be, which meant I could concentrate on the flying and not my RPM going up and down, so it's one stress less.
So everyone, and as with all good things of technology, the batteries ran out on this flight, and you didn't see my elation of actually finding the first turn point. Now, did I get lost? No, I was never actually lost, but the difference between general navigation and open series navigation, competition navigation, whatever you want to call it, is that there are tolerances. Now, on the picture you're going to see on the screen right now, don't laugh straight away, is my trace and track. Now what Owen's done is he's put a 250 metre either side of the line channel, so 500 metres wide, and you'll see where I was in it and where I mostly wasn't in that track. So there's the line, 250 metres either side. I had to be within that tolerance. It does actually go down to 150 metres. There's different gradings for whether you're within 150 metres of the track or 250 metres of the track. Anyway, this experience was great. I put a post up on my own Facebook page discussing, you know, the fact that I was going through this process of learning how to navigate, etc. And Paul Dewhurst commented on it. And when the likes of Paul Dewhurst do comment on things, you tend to pin your ears back and listen to what they have to say, as you'll see on the screen right now. So Paul, thank you very much for that. It is very much appreciated, and I pretty much did all the mistakes that you identified there. And I was looking too short, not looking far enough, but I wanted to do this exercise today just to identify to myself where I was going wrong. Again, cockpit admin, I've now made myself a new knee board. It's got a spinning map. I was trying to nav backwards off the chart as well. So that's all been identified. I've got a place for the pictures now, etc. A place for my stopwatches. And so I'm going to build on this experience, and hopefully I'll take you along. But if nothing else, it was just great to go somewhere different, try and be as accurate as I could with the aircraft that I've got, and be on track in the tunnel, I don't know what I'm going to call it, the sort of grading lines, to get myself to the next waypoint and then identify going there on afterwards. I can see why Owen and Colin all love doing this, especially Paul, and Rob Grimwood, who was my FI RC instructor. They've loved all this, and I just really want to try and get better at it. Not just getting from A to B, but getting A to B accurately, on time, on task, and spotting the pictures. So I'll leave you with just a little bit of the return leg of me landing back at Darney Moor. So we'll wrap this video up here. Thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully join you on the next adventures.